Amidst the grandeur of the Roman Empire, with its vast territories stretching from the sun-baked sands of Egypt to the foggy isles of Britannia, a new faith began to take root. The empire, known for its architectural marvels, philosophical advancements, and brutal conquests, was about to witness a transformation that would irrevocably alter the course of its history. This change started humbly in the bustling city of Jerusalem, a province in the far eastern corner of the empire. In a modest stable, under the star-studded sky of Bethlehem, Jesus of Nazareth was born. His birth went unnoticed by the wider world, yet it marked the beginning of a movement that would challenge the very foundations of Roman polytheism and imperial authority. As he grew, Jesus preached a message of love, compassion, and redemption, attracting a diverse group of followers. These followers, from fishermen to tax collectors, would become the cornerstone of a faith that would spread across the empire. Jesus's teachings, encapsulated in parables and sermons, emphasized love for one's neighbor, humility, and the promise of eternal life. His message was radical and transformative, particularly in a society marked by strict social hierarchies and religious formalism. However, his growing influence attracted the ire of the Jewish religious authorities and the suspicion of Roman officials. The culmination of this tension led to his crucifixion, a common form of execution for rebels and criminals in the Roman Empire. The story might have ended there, with Jesus's death, had it not been for the profound belief among his followers that he had risen from the dead. This belief, known as the resurrection, became the cornerstone of the Christian faith. The early Christians, convinced of Jesus's divinity and resurrection, began to spread his teachings far and wide, initially within Jewish communities. Among the early followers, Peter and James emerged as prominent leaders. Peter, often considered the first pope by the Catholic Church, traveled extensively, preaching and establishing Christian communities. James, the brother of Jesus, led the Jerusalem Church, grounding the faith in its Jewish roots. However, it was Saul of Tarsus, a Pharisee who initially persecuted Christians, whose conversion and subsequent missionary work would profoundly shape the early Christian church. On the road to Damascus, Saul experienced a vision of the risen Christ, leading to his conversion and the adoption of the name Paul. As Paul the Apostle, he embarked on several missionary journeys across Asia Minor, Greece, and Rome, establishing Christian communities and writing letters that would become part of the New Testament. Paul's theological insights and his tireless work in spreading Christianity played a crucial role in transforming it from a Jewish sect into a global faith. As Paul and other apostles traveled across the empire, they encountered both acceptance and resistance. In cities like Antioch, Ephesus, and Corinth, Christianity took root, often among the marginalized and disenfranchised. The early Christians gathered in house churches, small communal spaces where they could worship, share meals, and support one another. These gatherings, characterized by a sense of fellowship and mutual care, contrasted sharply with the hierarchical and often impersonal worship in Roman temples. The message of Christianity resonated deeply with the poor, slaves, and women, offering a sense of dignity and hope in a society that often marginalized them. The promise of eternal life and the teachings of equality and love appealed to many. Despite this, Christians faced suspicion and hostility from the Roman authorities. Their refusal to worship the emperor or partake in pagan rituals was seen as subversive, leading to periodic persecutions. The first major persecution occurred under Emperor Nero, who scapegoated Christians for the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. This brutal crackdown saw many Christians tortured and executed, including Peter and Paul. Yet, instead of extinguishing the faith, these acts of martyrdom strengthened it, as the stories of the martyrs' courage and faith inspired others to convert. As the faith spread, it encountered various cultural and theological challenges. The early Christians had to navigate the complexities of Roman society, balancing their faith with the demands of daily life under an often hostile regime. They also had to address internal disputes, such as the debate over whether Gentile converts needed to follow Jewish law. The Council of Jerusalem, convened around 50 AD, addressed this issue, deciding that Gentiles could join the Christian community without adhering to all Jewish customs. The persecution of Christians intensified under subsequent emperors, particularly during the reign of Diocletian, who sought to eradicate the faith through systematic repression. Christians were ordered to sacrifice to the Roman gods or face execution. Many were martyred, and Christian texts were burned. Despite these efforts, Christianity continued to grow, driven by the unwavering faith of its adherents. The turning point for Christianity came with the conversion of Emperor Constantine in the early 4th century. Constantine, who had a vision of the Christian cross before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge in 312 AD, attributed his victory to the Christian God. In 313 AD, he issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity and ending centuries of persecution. Constantine's support for Christianity transformed it from a persecuted minority faith into a dominant force within the Roman Empire. Constantine's conversion had profound implications for the Christian Church. He provided financial support for the construction of churches, convened councils to address theological disputes, and played a key role in shaping the future of Christianity. The First Council of Nicaea, convened by Constantine in 325 AD, addressed the Arian controversy, which questioned the nature of Christ's divinity. The council produced the Nicene Creed, a statement of faith that remains a cornerstone of Christian doctrine. The legalization of Christianity also brought challenges. As the faith became more integrated with the state, debates arose over its teachings and practices. The Church had to navigate its newfound influence while maintaining its spiritual integrity. The role of bishops became more prominent, leading to the development of a hierarchical structure that mirrored the organization of the Roman Empire. By the late 4th century, Christianity had become the official religion of the Roman Empire under Emperor Theodosius I. Pagan rituals were banned, and Christian doctrine influenced imperial policies. The transformation was remarkable. A faith that had begun with a small group of followers in a remote province had become the guiding principle of the world's most powerful empire. The spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire was not just a story of religious transformation but also of cultural and social change. The teachings of Jesus, initially embraced by the marginalized, found resonance across the empire's diverse populations. Christianity's emphasis on compassion, charity, and the intrinsic worth of every individual challenged the status quo, leading to significant shifts in societal values. Christianity also played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting knowledge. Monastic communities, which began to form in the early centuries, became centers of learning and scholarship. Monks copied and preserved manuscripts, ensuring the survival of both Christian texts and classical works. This preservation of knowledge would prove invaluable during the tumultuous periods that followed the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire was a complex and multifaceted process, shaped by theological, social, and political factors. From its beginnings in a small Jewish sect to its establishment as the dominant religion of the empire, Christianity's journey was marked by perseverance, adaptation, and profound faith. The legacy of this transformation is still evident today. The Roman Empire's adoption of Christianity laid the foundation for the development of Western civilization. The principles of Christian ethics and morality influenced legal and social norms, while the Church played a central role in the cultural and intellectual life of medieval Europe. The story of Christianity's spread in the Roman Empire is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the profound impact it can have on the course of history. As the Roman Empire faced internal strife and external threats, the Christian Church provided a source of stability and continuity. Bishops and clergy became influential figures, not just in religious matters but also in political and social affairs. The Church's growing wealth and power allowed it to undertake extensive charitable work, supporting the poor, sick, and orphaned. Christianity's emphasis on education and literacy also contributed to the preservation of knowledge. Monastic schools and cathedral schools became centers of learning, where future generations of clergy and scholars were educated. This commitment to education helped to sustain intellectual life during the early medieval period. In conclusion, the spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire is a testament to the transformative power of faith. It demonstrates how a message of love and redemption can transcend boundaries, inspire change, and leave an enduring legacy. This story, rich with triumphs and trials, continues to inspire and guide believers around the world, reminding us of the profound impact that a single faith can have on the course of history.